Good morning. It's November 18th, 2023, and we're here at Fitzpatrick Stadium for today's Class A playoff final between the Portland Bulldogs and the Trojans of Thornton Academy. This is Steve Schwartz along with Dave Levine and Mike Hoffer from the Forecaster and the Press Herald. Mike, let's talk a little bit about the history of these two teams. Thornton Academy, I think it's their sixth year in a row in the state final. They've won 3 out of the last 5. And Portland, on the other hand, it seems like it takes a couple of decades between state championships.
Yeah, if Portland's right on cue, or I guess you could have made the argument they were last year, because it was an every 20-year thing. 1982, 2002, and then again last year would have been the year. It didn't quite happen. The Bulldogs would be happy to wait one more year and make it happen this year. But, you know, Portland's been in this game several times since their last championship. This is their 5th appearance. They've run up against some great TA and Bonnie Eagle teams in the past and just haven't been able to get over the hump. I feel like this year's team is better equipped to win this game. They're not a decided underdog. I think in the minds of a lot of people, they're actually the favorites. Not only did they beat TA back in week 1, but the undefeated season, the great coaching, the fact that this team was in a state game last year, yeah, it was Class B, and I think there's hunger that's lingered from losing that game. So I think Portland's in a great position coming in, and then you've got Thornton Academy. They're the gold standard in the state of Maine for football, and it's been that way since 2012 when they really returned to prominence. They ended Cheverus's long win streak. They ended Cheverus's reign as champ, and it seems like they're in this game every year, as you alluded to. Always going to be tough to beat. I think if you're TA, you kind of like the fact that some people view you as the underdog. I think Coach Kiesel might use that to his team's benefit, as was the case last year when they played Oxford Hills. So TA coming in, nothing's going to be easy. Throw out their record. Their 7-4 record is misleading because their losses, 2 of them came in the first 2 weeks. They lost to Leavitt, who might be the best team in the whole state. They're not a 7-4 team, and I know Portland knows that, and I'm expecting this is going to be a terrific matchup today.
Well, thanks, Mike. Dave, actually, I was going to say the teams do come into it a little differently because Thornton is 7-4 and was beaten by Portland the first week. However, it's a much different team that Thornton is facing. Portland in the first game had Mike Buck, and he was lights out in that game. Portland's going to have to do it differently today.
They are going to have to do it differently, and I think it's all going to be based on the run game. In that early meeting, you had Mike Buck doing everything. But the guy that's been the beast lately is Cordell Jones. He has been immense. He had put up over 180 yards last week, had the game-winning touchdown on the last second, put up 2 other touchdowns. So he has been the focal point. And then you got Aiden McGowan, who quietly is 9 yards short of a 1,000-yard season. So between the 1-2 punch there, it's really a big ground game. And honestly, Hunter Temple has come into his own. The kid is extremely shifty. He's very slippery. He's very fast. And you saw what he did last week against that Oxford Hills defense. Bobbled it on the sideline and then just ran across the field and outran everybody. There wasn't a soul who could catch him. So I think between those 3 and then and Louis Thurston just distributing the ball as best he can, I think Portland's got a real good shot at this one.
Folks, we had a chance to talk with Coach Green and several of the players before this contest. So we're here with Coach Sean Green. Coach, first of all, welcome. Really absolutely amazing that in your first year as head coach at Portland High School, you head to the state championship. How does that feel?
It feels great. You know, that was our expectation and our goal going into the season. We've been talking about this since the first day we met over at the high school and throughout the off-season training programs and things like that. So it's awesome to be here. But at the end of the day, our goal isn't to be here. You know, job's not finished quite yet.
Coach, you had spoken early in the year of the fact that you knew some of these players because you had them in middle school and you coached them. Tell us a little bit about who you had coached and how they're doing now this year.
Yeah, so pretty much this whole group of seniors, so Braden Wales, Regan Buck, Hunter Temple, and so on and so forth. Isaac, I mean, it'd be hard to name all of them, but basically this whole group of seniors I coached when they were in 7th grade, and it was a tremendous experience. It was actually my first experience as a head football coach. I had been a longtime coordinator at a high school in Massachusetts, and it's been great to get back with these boys, and it feels like we have an opportunity to kind of finish what we started years ago.
Coach, tell us a little bit about how you've been able to get the most out of your players, because every player, it seems, you've gotten something out of in every game. Some player or another steps up. It's really quite remarkable. How have you been able to do that and then run the table so far to 10-0?
I think it starts, with their buy-in to the process and to the culture. Way back, once again, in the weight room, everybody that's been heavily involved, outside of Cordell because he transferred in late, was heavily involved in our weight room program in the off-season and had very high attendance in the summer. And that stuff pays off, pays in dividends long-term over the course of the season. So, it started there, and then just continuing each week, to buy into, our scouting reports, our tendency packets, just the weekly practice plans and things like that. And then at the end of the day, it's a resilient group of kids that just goes out there and executes on game day.
Finally, Coach, this is not your first rodeo. You were Massachusetts state champion. You were state champion coach at Cape Elizabeth in a different class. How does that experience instruct how you coach here in Class A?
Well, it's good. It's good to have been there a couple times, and it's not just myself. There's only a couple coaches on our staff that don't have rings or haven't won a gold ball in the past. So, from a coaching standpoint, we know what it's like being here. We know what this week entails. It's a little bit different of the week, and we know what we need to do on game day. But likewise, these kids have been here too. They played in the state championship last year against Skowhegan in Class B with Coach McLeod and those fellas, and these guys have played in big games throughout their career. So, as a whole, I feel like we're a very experienced group, and I think we're ready for the challenge on Saturday.
Well, Coach, I'm a size 7.5 ring, just letting you know. All the best to you, Coach, and thank you so much for a great year.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. We're here with Isaac Alkafaji, senior lineman. Isaac, you're third in the team in tackles. You're first in sacks and hurries all season. The way that you penetrate to get to the quarterback is really a sight to behold. You've been doing it all year. What's your secret to getting to the quarterback?
I mean, really just patience, really reading the offensive line, film, especially having a great defensive coordinator makes it so easy for me. Just being able to know what, before the play's even going, I already know what's happening most of the time. So that in the weight room too, that's a big one.
Well, you've worked really, really hard this year. What is it that motivates you to do as well as you've done? Your whole team, of course, has done so well, but you in particular as well. You've run the table so far at 10-0.
The motivation for me is I really want to get on a college team, a college roster, and right now I'm just trying to prove that, a lot of people don't really count in Maine as like a top talent, and I like to prove that Maine has a lot of good players inside, a lot of underrated people.
Finally, how does it feel to be playing for the gold ball?
Dude, it feels great. After sophomore year, we already know what happened. Then last year, losing in a nail biter. And then hopefully this year I'm praying we get it this year. It feels amazing.
Well, you've had a great year as it is, and we wish you all the best on Saturday. Good luck.
You too.
We're here with senior Braden Wales, number 27. Braden, I have to say that we pretty much call your name more than anyone else's during the course of a game because you lead the team in tackles. How is it that you get yourself motivated to do that, and what is it that just has you going right to where the ball is?
Really, it's not me. It's really the whole defense, specifically the defensive line. They really just open those holes up, those gaps up for me, specifically Anthony Tavares, Isaac Alkafaji, Lysandro Rodriguez, Henry Spencer, Mustafa, he gets in there, Anthony LeBoy. They really, our D-line is just so so good. They require so much, attention that, double team here, double team here. There's just not enough guys to block all of us, and I'm just, fortunate enough to be able to clean up the mess.
Well, it sounds like you're just a great teammate, which is really great. Let's just ask, how great does it feel to be playing for the gold ball after a 10-0 season?
Man, it really does feel good. This school, very old, of course, 200 plus years, I believe. It's never been done before, and, we're really looking forward to hopefully making history in a couple days here.
Well, we wish you all the best, and thank you. Great season.
Thank you.
All right. We're here with Louis Thurston, quarterback of the team. Louis, last year Sam Esposito was the quarterback, and then he got injured, and then Kennedy Charles stepped in. You played a couple of games at quarterback, but this is really, in terms of quarterback, this is your team this year, and you've run the table at 10-0. You have almost 1,000 yards passing.
Mm-hmm.
So how's that feel?
I mean, it's great. It's great to run a team. They're really my brothers out here, so I couldn't ask for anything more.
We're here with Aiden McGowan. Aiden, you're the leading rusher on the team. You have 900, almost 1,000 yards rushing, lots of touchdowns, 2 touchdowns against Lewiston in that playoff game, a 6-yard run. You caught a 51-yard touchdown pass. So let me ask you, what does it take to get motivated? It doesn't sound like much. You're just natural at it.
I don't really like using motivation. I like using discipline, because discipline's always there. Motivation isn't always there. Discipline you can always count on. Like, no matter how you feel, you always just stay to your job, always do your job. You just pretty much that. I just don't like using motivation. It's like on and off. But I mean, obviously when you have motivation, it's easier. And but I like using discipline, just doing my job, focusing on what I have to do, trusting in my teammates. That's just the biggest key.
You've also had a good year on defense too, but you've done so well rushing this year. I mean, is that really your favorite part to be?
Oh, definitely. Rushing is definitely my favorite part. Defense, I like it, but it's not as exciting. I like getting the ball and running, and and I feel like I'm more contributing to the team when I rush the ball, and yeah.
Well, okay. We finally, how does it feel to be playing for the Gold Ball at 10-0?
It's amazing. The past 2 years we've gotten really close, but we haven't finished it off. It's good to have another chance, just to know that even though the past 2 years we've gotten close and we haven't gotten it, and we've worked really hard we've also worked really hard this year. It's good to know we have another chance to go out there and try again. And
let me ask you a final question, which is, how does it feel working with this coaching staff, which is, much different from years past?
It's really good. When they came to the team, they brought like a whole new stigma. They brought a whole new it was just completely different than the other coaching staff. Not to say the other coaching staff wasn't good. I'm not trying to bash them or anything, but this coaching staff really taught us a lot of discipline, taught us a lot of good things, even out of football, that we can take from this year and we can use in the rest of our lives, working hard, stuff like that. And it's really just kept us going. We our entire team is just a better attitude, I feel like, and it's just really good. And our coaching staff tries their complete hardest. I mean, they dedicate all their time and effort to this team, and it's amazing what they do.
Well, we know that you've had successful coaches in the past, and right along, the last couple of coaches for Portland have all had their teams in the Gold Ball game. Yeah. Let's hope you go out there and win it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And congratulations.
Thank you.
We're here with senior captain Hunter Temple. Hunter, you're the leading receiver on the team this year, almost 400 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 139 yards, if I'm not mistaken, in the regional final reception. What a tremendous game you've had. What a tremendous season you've had. How does it feel to be playing for the Gold Ball?
I mean, it feels amazing. We all put in hard work since, we've been lifting in the off season since, April. So, we've been coming in the summer, coming in preseason, just working hard. And, it feels great to have our hard work pay off, in the long run.
Seems like we're calling number 19 a lot, and whether it's on reception or whether it's, on D. Do you have a favorite in terms of offense or defense?
I love offense just because I love making plays, but obviously, defense is really fun, just shutting down a receiver and making it so they can't make a catch, obviously. But if I had to choose, I'd probably say the offense, just in general.
It's fun to watch you, and best wishes to you on Saturday.
Thank you.
So, Dave and Mike, as you can hear, Coach Green doesn't take anything for granted. He's innovative, creative, a little bit of a different look. We've heard from the players that you mentioned, and actually, throughout the first half, we're going to play several more interviews that we had. For Thornton, look for people like Jackson Parody. He had a 58-yard touchdown in the first playoff game. He caught a 76-yard touchdown. Benoit, their quarterback, lights out last game against Bonnie Eagle with a 61 and a 63-yard rushing touchdown. So they don't just do it in the air, they do it on the ground.
Yeah, it's a very balanced offense, and it's really been that way for a long time. I mean, they were one of the teams that were kind of ahead of the curve with a more pass-heavy attack, say 10 or 12 years ago, when most of the teams around here were still 3 yards in a cloud of dust. So they can beat you a lot of different ways. They always have a lot of great athletes who can get out on the edge and run down the field, and good luck trying to catch them. And I think for Portland, it's just limit big plays, limit mistakes. We've seen games this year where Portland's taken a lot of penalties. Can't have that today. Can't have 3 interceptions like you had last week. If Portland can play close to a clean game, they're going to have a really good chance to come out of this with a W.
Folks, we're going to bring you the state championship next on WPPS TV3. So the Portland High School banner is Thornton Academy never should have messed with us. States 2023. I'm not sure that Thornton did mess with them. They did lose 35-28 in the first game.
Yeah, Portland is the visiting team today, Steve. So they're going to be on the far side of the field. Not their normal spot here at Fitzpatrick.
And here they come. In the first game, if you want to talk about messing with the Dogs, maybe they're talking about number 11, Ryan Kamiri, who had an 82-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. And we talked about Regan Buck at the beginning. He had a 31-yard touchdown pass. He had a 1-yard run. He had 77 yards on 18 carries and had a reception, I think, of 58 yards. But Aiden McGowan, on 19 carries, had 163 yards, including a 48-yard touchdown. So certainly no slouch to take up the slack when Mike Buck got injured.
No, Aiden is really come into his own this year, and he has been the consummate professional now that Cordell Jones is starting to take some of his carries, and I don't think he really cares. He is a team-first player, and this team is really built in the trenches, and they're really built for that run game. So it'll be interesting to see how this run game stacks up against a very strong TA defensive line, and how the Portland defensive line stacks up against a really good TA offensive line.
That's right. Here they come, the Trojans, really a dynasty, if you will, since 2012. And I think they've beat Portland twice in the state game. Maybe it was 2015, 2018, and 3 out of the last 5 altogether. They were in it again last year. And the player to watch, among others, number 25, Mauricio Sunderland. He has had games this year where he's had 3 touchdowns twice and 4 touchdowns against the New Hampshire team. So he's really, really potent. Jackson Parody, we talked about in the opening. Number 13, very potent. Bradley Kiesel, a great receiver. At number 18, number 10, Wyatt Benoit. Of course, because this is a Portland broadcast, we all know who the Portland stars and players are, and they really do fit the mold of team.
They really do, Steve, and this is they have a lot of interchangeable parts. Their lines rotate very well. Their backfield rotates. They really have a dynamic offense that is really not that flashy, but they do a great job of just chewing up clock, making long drives, and we'll see how this team stacks up again later in the year against a TA team kind of rounding into its own right now.
The Thornton captains at center field are Harry Bunce, number 32, Number 84 is Sam Nelson. Number 56 is Dominic Champagne. And number 18 is Bradley Kiesel. Of course, Coach Kiesel, relative of Coach Kiesel. And Coach Kiesel, I know because he took a team down to Bristol, Connecticut when he was coaching Little League. He's just a great coach and a great player altogether. I mean, a great person altogether, and really knowledgeable, not just in football, but also in baseball. And, of course, the Portland captains who are down there are Regan Buck, Miles Hang, Hunter Temple, and Braden Wales, all of whom we've either had a chance to speak with, and we've either showed you or will be showing you some of their interviews throughout the first half of this game. So here's the coin toss.
So TA does win the toss, and they elected to defer to the second half. So Portland will receive the opening kickoff and see what this offense can really do with the ball first. I know they like to come out second. I know they like the ball late, but I think in this case it might not be a bad thing. You march down the field, you get any kind of points right off the bat and put TA on their heels.
We'll have the kickoff next on WPPS TV3. So we're going to have the national anthem, folks. So we're ready for the kickoff. Looks like the kicker is J.P. Baez. He's got a good boot on him. He's had a 32 and a 30-yard field goal this year as well. So they do have a kicking game. As deep for the Dogs. Looks like Hunter Temple, but let's see. Here we go. The ball's picked up at the 6. Temple. Oh. All the way in the outside here, and I think that's Hunter Temple, not Jack Martin.
Yeah, it was Hunter Temple took that ball. He saw the little opening to the outside, was able to get around the corner a little bit and put the ball in pretty decent field position for Portland to start. It was a good, high, long kick, so the coverage got down there pretty quick.
It'll be 1st and 10. The ball's on the 31-yard line of the Bulldogs. It's a rainy day here. We were hoping that maybe the rain would let up, and it has a little bit, but it's still raining. It's a wet field. And the direct snap to Cordell Jones. We talked with him about it. It's what he does, but this time Thornton defense holds him.
So right now we haven't seen anything tricky out of that Wildcat for Portland. Cordell Jones, every time he's gotten it, he's either handed it off or taken it himself, kind of on a read option type of play. So he hasn't put the ball up in the air. So right now, TA is going to key on a run game when he's in the backfield.
But now Jones lines up wide right along with Hunter Temple. Thurston's in the gun and hands off to Aiden McGowan through the middle, and it's a fumble, but he may have been down. We'll see what the call is. No, it's a fumble and a recovery by Thornton Academy.
Yeah,
so
That's what Mike was saying at the beginning of the game, Steve. You can't make mistakes. You can't turn the ball over. And the first handle by McGowan, and he puts it on the field, and it backs the defense up right away, putting TA in perfect position. And this is not what you wanted for a start. Ball's going to be slippery. It's wet out there. You got to have two hands on it, especially going through the middle of this defensive line.
High snap. Great defense, swarming. First one in, number 75, Anthony Tavares.
Yeah, Sunderland took the handoff. They went left side, just on a straight kind of run play. Nothing fancy there, just to test this defense. And a gain of 1 is a good job for the defense to hold.
So 2nd and 9, ball on the 31-yard line. A high snap, it's back, and oh my goodness. And probably getting back to, there's going to be looks like a holding call here in the backfield.
Yeah, but that was run out of bounds, so Portland will probably decline that. That's a loss of about 6 on the play. Portland will decline the penalty and take a 3rd down and now 16 or 15.
Yeah, and you called it. They weren't sure, so Wales looked to the sideline, and Temple did, and they said decline. Good call, Dave.
Yeah, anytime you can get a negative play on 2nd down and back them up, you're not going to give them an extra down to try to get this, to pick this up. I'll take 3rd and 16 any day of the week.
And despite what the scoreboard says, it is 3rd and 16. That snap is high. Oh, my goodness gracious. Oh, my gosh. He got it off, though. I don't think he's going to get the first down, but what a great escape as Miles Hang was all over the quarterback.
Yeah, they ran a simple screen play, and it caught Portland napping there. They sent everybody on a blitz on 3rd and long, and that screen play is the perfect call. You throw it up over the top, and there's no defense there for it, so they're going to go for it on 4th down.
4th and 3, and oh my goodness.
Yeah, Braden Wales tried to jump the snap, and he just went offside. So instead of now 4th and 4, that's going to be an automatic 1st down, and that's 2 quick mistakes for Portland. That they can't do this. They can't give free possessions to TA. You had him set up perfect. 4th and 4. That's not an easy rundown. They're going to probably have to put the ball up, and right over the top, he jumps it.
Portland, for the first time in the last playoff game, played from behind with the other team there scoring the first touchdown, I believe Oxford Hills. So it is 1st and 10. And forward progress looks to be not much of a gain.
No, Isaac Al-Khafaji was right in on that. He was able to jump it and jump through the center guard gap and just kind of take on the running back head up. No gain on the play. So Portland is now Thornton is now 2nd and 10.
So it's it's Benoit off looking for daylight. Doesn't really find it as he's
good
out of bounds again. No gain.
Good play by Hunter Temple, staying on the outside, keeping the edge, not letting him bounce. He wanted to go up the middle. It was all clogged up in there, and then he came out. He bounced it to the outside, and that's where the escapability of Benoit really comes into play. He's really shifty. He's very fast. He's strong. So now 3rd and 10.
And back to throw is Benoit. He's got all kinds of time back there. And pressure, tremendous pressure by Hang again, and Temple almost got a hand on it, Dave.
Yeah. That's exactly what Portland wanted. They played with a spy there, so Hang really just played spy. He kept an eye on Benoit the whole time, didn't let him get outside, mirrored him all the way down the line of scrimmage, and then when he knew he couldn't get the corner, was able to charge.
Oh, this is going to be a 42-yard, let's see, wait a minute, 37-yard attempt, maybe?
They don't want to jump and give him any free yards.
High snaps right along, and that looks to be good. So Thornton strikes first on the field goal by J.P. Baez. The score is 3-0 with 9:23 left here in the first quarter. So Baez lines it up. Hunter Temple is deep. Cordell Jones and Aiden McGowan are also back for the Dogs. And another good, strong boot by Baez, picked up right about the 3-yard line. And here comes Temple in the middle. And he brings it out to the 20, where the Dogs will be first and 10. Again, the key, they've had, the penalties and turnovers have not been a huge problem for them this year. But again, in a game like this, it's just, a team like Thornton's going to capitalize on it, Dave.
Yeah, last week they did the same thing. They had 3 turnovers to a very good Oxford Hills team, and it came down to a final play. So we'll see. They have to take care of the ball here.
Thurston, he put it down. I don't know.
Yeah, that play was blown up from the start. They wanted a wide receiver screen, but it was just very slow developing, and Thornton jumped the play, so there was nothing to do there. Wisely threw it into the ground, so it wasn't going to be intercepted or caught. But that was just a very slow play. If you're going to run those plays, you can't do it really off of play action. It takes too long.
2nd and 10. Ball is actually placed on the 22-yard line. And Jones with a direct snap. He goes out to the left side. He's going to get about 4 on it.
Trying to get the edge, trying to use some of his speed to get out there. We saw it on display last week where he ran away from everybody on the last play. Portland picks up 3 on that, and after the poor play design on the first one. So this is going to be a passing down for them. We'll see what they can do, see if this line can hold up, give Louis Thurston some time to throw.
And right you are. It's McGowan. It's too far ahead.
Yeah, had McGowan on a fly pattern going down the sideline. He had a step on the defensive back, but Louis just overthrew him by a yard or 2. He had the time, though. The line did hold, so they were able to get the pass off fine.
7 yards to go. Contested inside.
So out to punt will be Miles Hang. 2 deep for the Trojans. That's a booming punt, and oh my goodness, it takes a nice Portland bounce all the way down to the 31-yard line, where it's down by McGowan, or Temple rather.
Yeah, good punt just over the head of the returner. Returner came up like he was going to catch that, but decided not to at the last second and kind of ducked underneath it. Lucky it didn't hit him, and then it kind of took a nice Portland bounce going forward. Picked up an extra 10, 15 yards there on the roll, and Thornton is in okay field position here at the 31.
That may have been a good play, Dave. I remember you putting out in the last game when Portland had asked for a call for a fair catch and got involved instead of just running away, and it created quite a mess. So, boom. Yeah, nothing's going to happen when you run into Isaac Alkafaji.
No.
Nothing good.
Isaac this has had a monster year for this team. He is just so athletic, so fun to watch. He's big, he's strong, he's fast, he's smart. You had a chance to interview him the other day, and he's just a nice kid too.
He really is, and he just loves the game so much. And his goal, of course, is actually to play in college. Here we go. Incomplete, as the intended receiver was Fernando Onge, I believe.
Yeah, they tried to run a quick comeback to Onge on the outside. He was open. The ball was underthrown a little bit. Had to dive for it. Couldn't come up with the catch. It would have been like a 5-yard gain, which would have been okay for TA. Portland is now set up now again defensively very well. 3rd and 12. They blitzed last time. They sent everybody and got beaten on a screen pass. So you're going to have to watch that this year. Trips to the right this time, Steve.
So, but Benoit has it, and watch out, folks. He gets the first down and another 4 on top of it.
Yeah, it was a great block on the corner. There's a flag down, though. There was Lissandro Rodriguez was forced inside, and I believe that might be where the hold is. He was trying to get upfield to stop that play, and that's where it was.
So it's a 16-yard run. It's going to be wiped away. We'll see if it's a spot foul, Dave.
It was right at the line of scrimmage, Steve. Lissandro was trying to come upfield to try to prevent the outside run, and he was held coming upfield. So that's going to back TA up 10 from there, so it's going to be 3rd and 23.
Ball on the 19-yard line. 8 minutes left in the first quarter. The score is 3-0 Thornton Academy on the strength of a J.P. Baez field goal from 27 yards out. Here we go. Well,
wow,
my goodness.
They got lucky. Before the snap, number 30, Micah Geekus was on the left side, and nobody was out there for Portland to cover him. If the quarterback sees that, throws a quick out to him, he's still running, Steve. Portland got lucky there that TA was just going to run a dive play, pick up whatever they could, and punt the ball away.
And the tackle was made by Jack Martin. Temple deep for Portland. Low snap. End over end, and a nice Thornton bounce will bring it all the way down to about the 28-yard line.
Exactly what happened with Portland. They punted it away, got a little bounce, and Portland's going to get the ball back where they pretty much left it before. Hunter Temple didn't even try to go after that one.
You know, Dave, watching the Portland defense really gives one a sense of confidence. They are, to a person, swarming on the ball, and it's rare that they're going to be beaten on a big play.
Yeah, they're very consistent, very strong at the point of attack. They're smart, so they know where they have to go. So the defense should be able to hold TA relatively in check. It's the offense to see if the offensive line can get actually going here and blow some holes open for them.
Yeah, McGowan is taken down, and the first one in on that tackle was Dominic Champagne, the captain. So there's 2 yards on that play for McGowan. It'll be 2nd and 8, ball on the 30-yard line.
Yeah, Thurston just checked out, so they're going to bring in an extra blocker here, going Wildcat with Jones.
Yeah, and he goes up the middle, and boy, that was a great play by Shiloh Tao for Thornton Academy, but the chains will move.
Yeah, very reminiscent of the last play of the last game. He takes it up the middle, one last person to beat there. Grabbed the foot of Jones there to take him down. But last week Jones was able to break that tackle and run for the win.
Absolutely correct. But the Dogs will take the first down. It is 1st and 10, the ball on the 39. And Jones stays in, this time alone in the backfield.
Yeah, they brought Rodriguez in now as an H-back.
Yeah, and now he also has McGowan with him, Wildcat. McGowan, nothing doing there, though. That just stopped cold by Sam Nelson.
That looked confusing from the start. I don't know if Portland all got the right assignment. The blocking didn't look right. The play design didn't look quite right. People were moving before the snap and a little confused. So that one didn't go so well.
And it was a 2-yard loss to boot. So it's 2nd and 12, ball on the 37. Thurston back in. They're going to call it a 1-yard loss now officially, and it's 2nd and 11. Looking to the sidelines for the play. Slight bit of confusion. Yeah, see, that's going to be a delay of game.
Yeah, they took way too long. Right now, I think the coaching staff is trying to get a little too cute. Stay with what you use to get here. Do what you need to do to do it. They actually did get the timeout before the flag, so that's at least that's a bonus for Portland.
So after the timeout, it's 2nd and 11, ball on the 37. Play action.
Wide open.
And here's McGowan open and drops it.
Underthrew the ball. Yeah. McGowan was wide open on the wheel route. Nobody was with him. All you had to do was lay it up for him, and he catches that.
I mean, that bespeaks probably how cold and wet the ball is out there. 3rd and 11. Another probably throwing down here.
Great play design there. Caught TA napping a little bit coming out of the backfield. Ball might have slipped out of Thurston's hands.
McGowan now goes wide left, 2 wide right. This time McGowan is open and he catches it.
Little underthrown, but the back shoulder works to McGowan. He was split out, and that's a big gain for Portland, a big 3rd down conversion. The line again gives Louis Thurston a ton of time there.
That is right about a 20-yard, but a 23-yard pass there. It'll be 1st and 10 now, ball on the 37-yard line of the Thornton Academy Trojans. And now Jones comes out to block, and we have a penalty as Lisandro Rodriguez, it was held for no gain. We'll see where the flag is here, and it's not on the line of scrimmage.
I think it's probably holding on Portland.
And right you are.
Yeah, they tried to run outside with Rodriguez, a little different wrinkle in their offensive scheme, and I think probably the right tackle, Anthony Tavares, had to hold on a little bit to try to get that reach block out to the outside.
Well, now it's going to be 1st and 20.
So Portland trying to run outside, not go into that teeth of that TA defense. It has to be disciplined to try to get out there. You can't reach and you can't grab.
There's a flag right there, and he gets back some of the yardage, but another penalty.
Yeah, 2 men were in motion. Rodriguez came in motion before the first motion man was set, so they really had two guys in motion at the same time, and that's going to be another 5-yard penalty on Portland.
Yeah, 1st and 25. I mean, the Dogs now with, I think, 3 penalties so far. Not the way that you're going to win a game.
No, and again, Rodriguez is not really one of their staples on offense. He comes in occasionally here and there to try to make a play, and right there you can see it just didn't work out. He's not in that normal rhythm of the offense.
Thurston a little too high, just over the outstretched arms of Brody Viola. That very effective pass, and he was wide open.
Yeah, they run that seam about 2 or 3 times a game, and he was again wide open. In that kind of case, he tried to throw it to him on a line. You just got to lob it up there. He was he had beaten the defensive back so cleanly. He was wide open deep. So you just got to loft it up there and get that play. You don't have to get the extra yardage out of it.
Yeah, this time Jones comes in. He's looking for daylight, but no, he just goes down. And the first man in, I think, was Hunter Boudreau.
Yeah, Harry Bounce had him by the foot. Didn't get anywhere either. So that's setting up now Portland for 3rd and 25 now. Might see a run play and then a punt down to the hopefully pin TA deep. You don't want to turn the ball over here.
All right, although they do have 5 deep. 5 spread. And they're going to go long for McGowan. Wow.
Yeah, throw it up there. Maybe if it's an incompletion, if maybe you get a pass interference, maybe you get even an interception wouldn't be too terrible because it's as good as a punt in that situation. So you take a shot downfield.
You know, Aiden was well covered, and he went down. It looked a little awkwardly, so it was good to see him bounce back up and go down over to the sidelines.
Good to have young knees, Steve.
I wouldn't know what that is. So at 4th and 25, ball on the 48. Hang gets ready to punt. And fair caught at right around the 19 the 20-yard line, I guess. So that's where TA will take over, 1st and 10.
Good punt by Hang. It was up in the air. Got the hang time that he needed, and coverage was good. So you prevent the return. Even with a wet ball, that's not bad. I mean, you maybe get a fumble on that. It's tough to catch in looking up into the rain. Ball could be slippery a little bit. So see, the Portland defense has played great so far. Let's see if they can keep it up.
We could say that Hang's got the hang of it. Sorry, Moni, his dad. Okay, here we go. Okay, so whoa. You know, I've got to say I was completely faked out, but there's a flag all the way back at the line of scrimmage and on the run there by Benoit.
Yeah, again, holding at the point of attack again. It's 3 plays on the outside, 2 by TA, 1 by Portland that have been flagged for that hold. So the referees are watching carefully on that end there. So that would be, the left tackle for TA there is probably reaching just a little bit. That's Liam Heiger. He is very, very good. He is probably the TA's best lineman. He has been, he's big, he's strong, good leverage, smart player.
Well, it's going to be 1st and 20. The ball is on the 10-yard line. And bunched up and not much doing at all. I see a gaggle of Bulldogs, including Colin Kelly and Tavares.
So that was
Spencer.
That was an interesting formation by TA. They actually had 3 wide to the left, but the inside person was covered, meaning he became an ineligible receiver. And they're doing it again on the right side.
Yeah, it's 2nd and 20, and watch out for Henry Spencer once again.
Yeah, dove through the line, made a beautiful play. That's going to set up now 3rd and 24. Last time TA was in this position, they tried to run it up the middle a little bit, pick up 10 yards and punted. Be careful of those wide receivers, though. We talked about them earlier, Steve. They are very, very dangerous. Jackson Paradis and Xander Quintera are very good.
That was a 2-yard loss. I regret that we didn't get Henry Spencer to interview. There's a flag in the backfield, and it looks like it's going to be half the distance to the goal line on what's likely to be
So it's a formation penalty on TA, but Portland is going to decline that. On a 2-yard gain, it's going to bring up 4th and 22. They'll decline that and force the punt.
So Portland could end up with very good field position here.
Yeah, referees are calling the game very, very tight. Again, that's a motion penalty on the offense or a formation penalty. They're not mic'd up today, so it's one or the other.
So punting from their own end zone will be the Golden Trojans. And Hunter Temple will be lined up at about the 39.
So TA they picked up a delay of game penalty for moving the football after it was set by the referee. So that's half the distance from where they were, setting up now a punt from the deep in the end zone.
You know, Portland is smelling safety here, but they have to get through some pretty big Thornton linemen.
Yeah, I'd rather just take the return.
No, there's motion penalty.
Yeah, the setup looked again weird. Portland had one on offense where it didn't look like everybody was set. Usually in a punt formation, there's nothing really to think about. You get in formation, you snap it, and you go. They delayed a long time, and I'm not sure what was going on. They just looked a little out of sorts as well.
All the way back to the end of the end zone. The punt gets off. It travels about 30 yards, takes a nice Thornton bounce all the way down to the 40-yard line.
Beautiful punt. Temple was set up on the other side of the field, so he couldn't get over in time for that. Had to let it bounce, and it took that nice skip forward of about 20 yards from where it bounced. And Portland was originally looking to pick up the ball on the other side of midfield, but that was a 53-yard punt, Steve.
And it traveled further than that from where he was in the end zone.
Yeah, 55 from the line of scrimmage.
My goodness. Here we go, 1st and 10. The pitch out to Aiden McGowan, and again, that penetrating defense. First in was Harry Bunce.
Yeah, that defense is very good. The offensive line right now is getting beaten by Portland. They can't get their blocks going in the run game. There's something they're going to have to make an adjustment.
Folks, that's going to be the end of the first quarter. Thornton Academy 3, Portland nothing. We're going to play a couple more interviews of players that we had before the game. We're here with senior co-captain Regan Buck. Regan, you've been called the heart and soul of the Bulldogs team. You were a preseason favorite to be a Fitzpatrick finalist. You broke your collarbone in an early game. Unfortunate for you and for the team as well. That said, tell us about the perspective you've had from the field and what you've been doing for the last month, because it seems like you're almost coaching.
It definitely feels that way. After I broke my collarbone, I was here at the games, but I wasn't actually able to come to practice. I was in a lot of pain, but after about 3 weeks, I was able to come into practice, and since I've been here,
since Coach Arena's gotten here, I feel like I've taken in the defense and the offense and all the concepts really well. So just me being out there and being able to help out my teammates just means a lot to them, I think. And yeah.
I mean, that's great. I mean, they'll throw a ball to the sideline, and it's like, and you're catching it. And we're like, and cool. We got pretty excited the last game when you were suited up.
Yeah. Honestly, I was thinking about. I feel amazing. I think, it's really up in the air whether or not I'm gonna play, but regardless if I come back or not, I think we still have what it takes to obviously win it. And I just want to be out there, even if I'm not playing. I still want to be out there supporting my team and stuff like that.
Well, there's been more than one player that has told us that they're playing in many ways. They want to win it for you. So I think that's really just terrific. Finally, I just want to ask you something about your post-high school experience. And what I mean by that is you're going to be playing baseball for our friend, two-time national D3 college champion Ed Flaherty. You're looking forward to that?
Oh, I'm so excited. Ever since I was a little kid, Coach Flaherty was friends with my grandfather, and I always looked up to Coach Flaherty and what he did with USM. And I was always going to the games when I was a kid, and after this summer, I had a pretty good baseball season with my Maine Lightning team, and he actually reached out to me, and it was like a dream came true. I'm just really excited. I'm also excited to stay close to home. I grew up here in Portland, so just being around this area is going to be really nice to me.
And we're going to see you in the Telegram League, I assume.
Yeah. Hopefully, yeah.
All right, we hope so. Anyway, best wishes to you on this game coming up. You've really been an integral part of this team. You're still third in receptions this year, by the way. All right, take care.
Sweet, thank you.
Yeah,
I really appreciate it.
So the year started out with a lot of running. There's more rushing touchdowns, but you've got 11 touchdowns now. How confident do you feel out there when you're throwing the ball?
I mean, the coaches put me in the greatest position that I can be in to complete any pass. I really don't have to worry about too much. We put in enough work during the week too, so I can kind of just go out there on game day and play.
Well, and it's not even the short routes and the dig route up the middle and things like that, but you can throw it long too. So you've really got it going.
Yeah, I pride myself in those long balls.
Yeah, well, it's fun to watch too. Go out there and get them, and good luck to you. Okay. Thank you, Louis. We're here with Miles Hank. Captain Miles, you've really been a two-way threat this year, both on offense and on defense. We've called your name so many times. How do you get motivated? It doesn't seem like, it's going to take much to get motivated for this game coming up.
How do I get motivated? I think, I play for my boys. I think, some days you're not as motivated as others, and then you go out there and you look at all your boys and you just play for them. Those are the boys that really keep me going all the time. But to be motivated, it's not even motivation. It's just like you just got to go do it. This is the best sport on earth, and I just have a great time playing it all the time. I don't need to get motivated to play it.
That's terrific. So you have actually. Let me ask you: do you like playing offense or defense better? You do so well in both facets. I think 6th in receptions this year on the team, 7th in tackles. You really are, a great two-way player.
I think I like defense the most. I think personally, I play better on defense. I play all over the place on defense. Offense, I have my role, and I think I'm an all right blocker for our skilly guys back there. But on defense, I think that's where I shine.
Well, finally, how does it feel to be playing for the gold ball at 10-0?
Oh my God, we're back at it again. It's a blessing. It's a blessing, and I really think that. I don't even know what to say, honestly. It's just a blessing, It's awesome, We're very lucky and privileged to come out here and play for it again like we did last year, and I think we're gonna do what we can to win it.
We love to watch you play, Miles, and best wishes to you.
Thank you so much.
We're here with Lisandro Rodriguez. Lisandro, you've had a tremendous year. You're a co-leader on the team for tackles, and I just have to ask, how is it that you find your way to the player with the ball so often?
Aggression. I'm just passionate about the game, and I love the game. Yeah.
Well, it shows when we watch you play. You came from Lowell, Massachusetts up to here. Can you tell us a little bit about the differences in style or coaching or just playing in Massachusetts versus in Maine?
I just think It's a little bit better competition, but it's not that much different. But it's more people because it's like a whole city is the main school. It's just one school, so it's a lot more people and a lot more competition. Yeah.
We're down there.
Yeah.
So let me ask how it feels your first year here on this team to go 10-0 and head into the state championship game.
It feels amazing. I love to win. I hate losing. And, yeah, it feels good because, I just love winning.
Well, you've had a great year, and best wishes to you on Saturday.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you. We're here with Anthony Tavares. Anthony, you're 6th on the team in tackles. This is your first year on this team. I understand that you and Lissandro are cousins?
Yes, sir.
So you came up from Massachusetts?
Mm-hmm.
And do you find a difference in the style of play in Massachusetts to here?
Yeah, I do.
How so?
I feel like over here, over there was just a bunch of juking and everything. Everyone's just trying to play for the cameras. Over here, it's you play hard. It's tough. It's I don't know.
That's great. And as I've said so many times to so many players tonight, and you're one of them, Dave Levine and I, we call your name so often. You are so often in the play, whether it's opening a hole for somebody to come in and make a tackle or get a sack. You're in yourself on sacks. I assume you really just like the kind of animal instinct of defense.
I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, the game is fun, I just try to do everything for my teammates. That's it.
Well, and finally, how does it feel to come up here your first year at this school, go 10-0 and be playing for the gold ball?
It feels amazing. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It feels great. I don't know. It feels like this is my first ever playoff games, first ever state championship, everything. So I have a lot of jitters, but it makes me feel good.
Well, good luck on Saturday and best wishes. Great season this year.
Thank you.
Thank you. So we are back after the break between quarters. Always fun to talk to the students. Oh, my goodness. He's wide open, and it's off his fingertips, but there's a flag in the backfield anyway.
Yeah, it's that would have come back. That was a great throw, play action. They went deep to Temple. He was wide open, hit him in the hands, just couldn't reel it in. But it's again another penalty on Portland.
It's a motion penalty. So, that's, I think, the 4th penalty for Portland. Thornton also has, I think, 5 penalties, possibly, although a couple were declined, I think. Be that as it may, it's going to be... that's a declined penalty because of the loss.
So, they're going to take the loss on the first down loss, and they'll force 3rd and 12 instead of 2nd and 17. So that's probably the right play for TA. With the way Portland's offense has been kind of sputtering a little bit, that's probably the right play for their defense.
Jones in motion, play action. That's too far. So it's going to be a punting situation here. Ball will be placed on the 38-yard line at 4th and 12. Back deep will be Xander Cantera. The Trojans are very, very deep. Cantera himself had a 19-yard touchdown run against, I believe, Oxford Hills this year. It's a very nice punt, though.
So that's 4 punts we've seen. All of them have taken good bounces for the punting team. Rolls down inside the 20, exactly what Portland was kind of hoping for there. Yeah, you were saying, Steve, this TA team is very, very deep. You have really three wide receivers that are very good. Evan Hill kind of plays tight end and receiver, so that they can add another specialist to their wideout core. And then you bring in Bounce for as a fullback, as a third running back.
Yeah, Benoit holds on to it himself and tries to find some daylight. He's going to get a couple yards out of it. And by the way, the rain has stopped. And it's kind of a chilly, kind of a cool, wet day today.
Yeah, McGowan did a nice job there. He was out wide as defensive back, saw the play coming towards him, and really just held his ground, didn't give up anything, didn't move anywhere, forced the run to the outside, and forced him out of bounds.
Benoit got 2. It's 2nd and 8, ball on the 20. Pitches to the left side. It's going to be another couple-yard gain. I see McGowan on the tackle. The ball carrier is, I believe, Sunderland.
Alessandro Rodriguez kind of forced that pitch. I think they pitched it a little earlier than they were hoping for. Once you commit to that pitch, the defense can recognize and rally to the player who's got the ball.
He had a 3-yard gain there. It'll be 3rd and 5. Oh my goodness,
catch.
That was a great catch. It may be short, or maybe it isn't.
He's short by about 3-4 yards here, but that was a phenomenal one-handed grab just to get there. And if this is the pros, you can get up from that and go. Unfortunately, he was on the ground, and he didn't have to do anything with that because he had rolled over too and bounced right to his feet.
I think that was Cantra with that great effort, but it's 4th and 3. There'll be a punt here, or at least a punting situation, as Hunter Temple will be lined up back on the 42. Close, but
good
no cigar.
Punt.
Yeah, and the fair catch called, and well executed by Hunter Temple, which has the Dogs with the ball on the 37-yard line, 1st and 10. 10:05 left here in the first half. The score is 3-0 Thornton Academy, where we are in the state final here. Class A, Portland's first year back in Class A. They've run the table so far at 10-0. Steve Schwartz and Dave Levine for WPPS TV3. And
Wildcat again.
Yeah. But Thornton waiting for it. Clearly they've watched film.
Yeah, they with Jones in the backfield and nobody else back there, he's getting the ball. We haven't seen a pass from him yet, and I wouldn't be surprised if Portland's got one somewhere up their sleeve for later in this game.
We asked him about that, and he told us he'd like to see something like that happen there this time on the jet sweep, and Hunter Temple will get a few yards on that. By the way, it was Zach Nelson on the tackle on the last play for Thornton Academy.
And Temple was kind of wanted to go outside and was waiting for any hole to develop. Saw something that he liked and kind of shot forward a little bit. Picked up a couple on it, but this run game for Portland hasn't been able to get anywhere so far. And the pass game's been a little out of whack too. Thurston's missed a couple of receivers. They got their hands on one. He's missed a couple other ones. So get a little. I think they're just got to get a rhythm going here.
Right, and we'll see at 3rd and 7 here if Thurston's going to put it up in the air. He's got a lot of pressure on him, but look at that. He did well on that one because the pressure was coming. He avoided the sack, but a little too far ahead of McGowan.
Yeah, saw the one-on-one coverage, liked what he saw, took an extra beat, and then just threw it out there. But with that pressure coming in, he couldn't really step into the throw and get the right touch on it, and just had to hope that his arm was good enough to get out there. And it turns out it was too good. Overthrew him.
Looks like that may have been Hunter Boudreau on the blitz, but in any event, it is 4th and 7. Ball's on the 40. Hang to punt. Straight up. And downed by Al-Khafaji at about the 47-yard line.
Yeah, Hang's really upset with himself. He dropped it too far back on his foot, and it just kind of went straight up in the air. Only went forward about 8 yards, maybe 10 yards for Portland, and that's a mistake that they can't afford. Another mistake that they can't afford to make. He had the time. He just shanked it.
1st and 10, ball is on the 48-yard line. Thornton threatening here. Benoit back to pass.
Good pressure.
Well, that's going to be, the referees are going to basically call that a train wreck as opposed to pass interference.
Yeah, I think they got their feet tangled up more than anything. I don't think there was any real pass interference there. There was no real intent to push. They got their feet tangled and the receiver went down, and that's inadvertent contact. That's not going to, that's a good call by no call by the referee.
2nd and 10, ball on the 48. Benoit is sacked by Isaac Al-Khafaji.
Isaac played that perfectly. He came in, he broke down and waited for Benoit to declare that he was going to pass instead of run. And then as soon as he decided that it was a pass, Al-Khafaji turned on the jets and made the tackle, and that's a huge loss on 3rd down.
Yeah, that looks to be about at least a 12-yard loss or more. Actually, maybe about that. It's 3rd and 19 now, ball on the 43. Well, this time he tries it again, and without getting back to the original line of scrimmage, he'll probably pick up about 8. It'll be 4th and 9. Let's see what they're going to call it. 4th and 16. Certainly a lot of punting going on, Dave.
Yeah, both these defenses are really, really good defenses. You've seen Portland can't get anything going offensively, and really, that's a false start on the outside there on the punt team. But even Portland's defense has been very, very stout. They haven't gotten anything going in the passing game. TA hasn't, and Benoit, who's tried to get outside a couple times, really hasn't contained much. That first run on the first drive, he was on that 3rd and long. He was able to pick up close to a 1st down, allowing them to get the 1st down on the offsides.
So the ball moves back 5 yards.
High punt, short.
Yeah. And caught by Hunter Temple at he's going to be spotted at the 32-yard line, where the Dogs will take over here and see if they can get something together. They just have not been able to move the ball on offense so far, and a credit to the defense. Thornton either except enough to be able to get a 3-point field goal.
Yeah, this Portland offense can't get anything going against this very, very good TA defense. There's 8 men in the box here, and they're going to run right into the teeth of it.
Yeah. And as a result, they'll get about a 2-yard gain.
Yeah, Liam Heiger at his defensive end spot just wasn't moved off the ball. They're going to have to, this offensive line is going to have to get something going here. Maybe double team block at the point of attack or something to move one of these TA players. Because they're just not getting anywhere. They're being met at the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard downfield, and they just can't get going forward.
Yeah, here comes Jones on the right side, but watch out, great penetration by Shiloh Tao, wraps him up, and becomes a 3rd and 9 and no gain. So Jones has touched the ball a couple of times this quarter, and that's what's happened. No gain each time.
Yeah, Portland has been sitting in 3rd and long all day long, and this puts a lot of pressure on Thurston, knowing that it's going to be a pass play. TA can just set everybody. They can either send the blitz and pressure him, and here it comes.
Up the middle and too far.
Yeah, he had Aiden McGowan on an out pattern. He just threw it a little bit too quick. They're looking for that over-the-top throw. They're not looking for anything underneath. They're not looking for these short plays where you can get a catch and a run maybe. They're just launching it downfield a little bit, and that's really not how their offense is built. They're built on this power run game, get some good yardage, and then good short, crisp passes underneath and maybe break a tackle. Wow.
That is a...
Well, as bad as his first punt was, as good as that one was right there. That was phenomenal punt.
Yeah, and actually a heads-up play by the returner, who is Xander Cantera. He's a smart player with a good football IQ.
Yes, he is. He's a very good player. He usually plays wide receiver for them. He's very shifty and slippery is more than shifty. He's quick, not fast. Just a very talented player. Good hands. Very agile. Good athlete. You want to make sure he's accounted for, especially on these punt returns. You saw the punt was over his head, was able to get to it, turn around instantly, and get going again.
So Benoit looks to pitch, and instead he's wrapped up by Al-Khafaji and Spencer.
Yeah, they were looking for that pitch, but Portland had the pitch kind of contained, and he was kind of stuck no matter what he wanted to do with it. Portland strung that out very, very well.
So here we go, 2nd and 7, and we have a flag on the play. And offsides, Portland.
Went with the hard count there and was able to get a free 5 yards off of Portland. So it's going to now set up 2nd and short.
2nd and 2, ball on the 40. I'm not sure if you can hear in the background, Don Atkinson today has the call, our friend who has all of Deering High School's home games as well for basketball. Well, an absolute misfire there on the snap and recovered by Jackson Parody.
Wow, Benoit was looking for on 2. The center went on 1 and just whizzed it right by his head. Fortunately for TA, Parody was right there, and that third and or that 2nd and short that they were looking at now has turned into 3rd and 13.
That was a 10-yard loss. So the ball on the 30. And here we go.
Smart play play by Parity not to try to pick that up, just fall on it and get the ball back. Straight pass. Oh!
Almost intercepted by Rodriguez. He got a hand on it.
Yeah, he saw that all the way. Got a hand on the outside. He's got a little bit. Next year he makes that play when his hands are a little bit bigger. But that was a phenomenal defensive effort by Rodriguez.
It's going to bring up 4th and 12. The ball's on the 30. Punting situation. 4:43 left in the first half. The score: Thornton Academy 3, Portland nothing. And here we go. Hunter Temple deep as always. He's had fair catches the last couple. Close. This time he'll pick it up at the 41-yard line where the Dogs will take over. We're going to stay with you. We haven't had many breaks here today.
No.
It's very exciting, even when you are watching a defensive contest, which is clearly what we've got here, Dave.
It really is. They both these defenses are really showing why they are the two elite teams of Class A. Neither, except for that first drive where TA kind of picked it up on a short field, and a couple Portland mistakes got him into field goal range. There's been nothing doing.
Right.
And there's your pass.
Here you go. Jones.
Wide open.
Got Temple wide open. It's going to be a touchdown.
It was coming. It was going to happen. You knew it was going to happen. 60-yard bomb, and it was perfectly set up. They held the ball. He took a step towards the line, drew the linebackers in, and you're not catching Temple.
Well, you are right. You are, my friend. Credit for a 59-yard touchdown pass by Jones to Temple. And here comes Justin Bouchard in for the extra point try. He's had a great season this season. Had great practice today as well. It's up and through. It is 7-3. The Dogs are in front. We had a chance to talk with Cordell Jones before the game. We're going to try to get that interview for you now. We're here with Cordell Jones, Maine honor roll player from last week, a 76-yard touchdown run to break it open and to win the game, really, against Oxford Hills. 2 other touchdowns in that game. It seems like as every game goes on, you get better and better and better. What is your motivation, Cordell?
Just the team itself and trying to will us to a state championship and get it done. I mean, it hasn't been done in a long time. It's a difficult thing to do, and we're trying to be a new era of Portland football.
Let me ask you about the way that you get the ball, because so many times it's in the Wildcat formation and where you take a direct snap. What's that all about?
I don't know. We kind of just put it in week 1, and then after that we just build on it, and then now we always something we got in the bag, and the offense is great, and I don't know what we're going to do this week, but it's going to be fun.
Is there a possibility we might see you make a throw?
Maybe. I can't let you know. I can't let you know everything.
That's fair enough. Well, let me just finally ask you, it's been a goal of yours all season. You guys up to now have run the table at 10-0. How does it feel to be playing for the gold ball?
Feels good. We got to where we wanted to be, and now we need to show us, like everybody, what we're about, and we got to go and win it.
Go get them, and thank you very much, Cordell. Great year.
Thank you.
And then we'll be back for the kickoff. Here we go. Colin Lennon picked up at the 12. Cantera brings it up to difficult to get him down, about the 31-yard line.
That's not exactly the play you think from Cantera. You expect something like that from Sunderland, who is more of that bowling ball, you can't tackle the kid type of runner, rather than Cantera, who's typically a wide receiver. But you know they're gonna lay it all out there, and all these kids are all in on this game.
Well, on such a closely defended game. Every play like that is just so important. And of course, who else but Al-Khafaji and Tavares in on that tackle?
Yeah, Tavares is not moving off that line of scrimmage. He is just a rock there, and it's been all year for Portland. He has just been that rock in the middle. He's not going to get moved off his spot. He is just so big and strong.
Here we go. Benoit back to throw on the sideline, and a nice effort there. I don't know if it's caught.
No, I think it bounced off the. He just tried to lay out for it a little bit. Again, the ball was a little bit short and a little bit low for the receiver. He was open. That would have been a first down for TA. But again, you see that passing game on both sides is a little bit ineffective right now. Other than the one long pass from Jones, everything else has been kind of challenged or short or off target.
Yeah, Benoit's back. It's 3rd and 10. He's going to try to do it himself, and he darn near does it.
He was waiting for that run, waiting, and I think he's going to be a yard or two short, but this might be that position where TA decides to punt.
Well,
I was thinking they might go for it here. You're talking 4th, but it is 4th and 3, so it's not, or 4th and a legit 2 anyway. So they're not going to give Portland position down here. They know their defense has been playing great. You've given up only one play, so punt it away and force this offense to do it again.
That is a high, booming kick. Temple calls the fair catch and does catch it at the 31, where it's going to be down, and Portland will take over with 3.5 minutes to play. And, watching this is such a chess match. I had a professor once at the University of Maine, a political theory professor, Dr. Thompson, and he said he loved the game of football because he liked chess too, and football is a living chess match. And folks, we're watching two geniuses at work in Keysal and Green.
Yeah, both these coaches have their teams so well prepared. They are ready to go.
McGowan, unfortunately he fell, but also that was really, really good penetration there.
Yeah, he saw the play outside. He wanted to go for it outside. Just got his foot captured underneath him, and he ended up losing 4 yards.
So they'll be 2nd and 14, ball on the 28. Here comes Thurston looking for Temple, and Temple now looks for some daylight on the left side. Oh, my goodness. But what great defense this time by Brady Keysal.
Well, Temple turned a 5-yard loss into a 5-yard gain. He is very, very difficult to corral in the open field like that. That was, again, they tried that wide receiver screen. A little slow, but they were able to get it out to him this time. And he picked up the loss that they got before, plus a couple, so it's going to be 3rd and 8 now.
Well, here we go. The Dogs are backed up. Thurston looks to throw, and he does to Jones. Nice effort there, about a 14-yard gain. Well, about a 13-yard gain there.
Yeah, they rolled him out with McGowan in front as kind of that lead blocker, but really keeping an eye out for that wasn't a threat to run. That was a pass all the way. And then it was a nice comeback route on the outside by Jones to get down to deep enough to get past the first down marker and then know to come back and still be able to stay beyond that marker.
Okay, here comes McGowan. They run that play a lot as Temple goes on the sweep, and they fake it, and all the way down, about a nice 9-yard gain by McGowan, and that's the kind of the running that they need.
Yeah, that's what McGowan does best right there. He's able to pick his holes. He's able to get on the outside and then turn that speed on a little bit and get down there. He's able to pick up 8. That's their best offensive play on first down all game. I think he wanted to try to stay in bound, let this clock run a little bit.
Well, it is 2nd and 1. There's 2:08 left here. Ball's on the 47-yard line. Thurston to McGowan. McGowan on the right side gets the first down and a lot more.
2 quick runs by McGowan. It was he wanted to go up the middle there, but saw the opening on the outside. The defensive end was collapsed in by the right tackle that time. That was Anthony Tavares. We've called his name a couple times, and just got moved in enough that McGowan was able to bust it outside, pick up a nice chunk of yardage and set the Dogs up first down again.
Looks about a 12-yard gain. 1st and 10. Ball on the 35. 2 minutes left here. No 2-minute warning in high school football. Here's McGowan now on the left side. He tries to get some. It's hard to bring him down, but ultimately he does. He's wrapped up by Sam Nelson.
Yeah, one of their captains, Sam Nelson. McGowan bounced off a defender there. I wasn't sure who it was, but they I wouldn't say he ran him over because McGowan bounced back just as far as he knocked the defender backwards as well. So it was kind of, immovable object versus irresistible force.
1-yard gain, credit for that. McGowan's back in the backfield with Thurston. Hunter Temple back to throw, a little trickery. And incomplete, but we are probably going to have a pass interference call there. And who else? Brody Viola. We had a chance to talk with him, and we're going to see what he had to say. We're here with tight end and linebacker Brody Viola. Brody, you've had a great year. You are 5th in tackles with 39 tackles. They seem to call your number on some really kind of special plays, especially on offense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's a good time to be there.
And you, I guess in the last game against Oxford Hills, you had this great 30-yard reception and was really, really crucial. How do you like being part of the biggest plays of the game?
I love it. I mean, there's no better play to be a part of a big play when you can especially change the game. There's no better feeling than making a game-changing play.
And do you have a preference because you're a really terrific linebacker? Always, where the ball is. You're doing such a great job. You're throwing great blocks as a tight end as well. Yeah. Do you have a favorite part of the field that you like to be on, or just any part?
I love being on the field. I also love being on the line with my dogs down there doing the dirty work for the line or for the skills behind me.
I love that. Okay. Well, finally, how does it feel to be playing for the Gold Ball?
We're back, so it feels great, but obviously you can't get that good feeling yet. Can't get too excited. We haven't won the Gold Ball yet, so we just gotta stay humble and prepare for this next game.
Best wishes to you. Great season.
Yeah, they ran it to Temple, so that's the second time Portland has put a pass play in off of the handoff. So they're trying to fool TA a little bit with some of these other skill positions. We've seen Temple throw that pass earlier this year. He does have a good arm. You saw he laid it perfectly right out there. And even though Viola had the defender beat, he had to slow down for the ball, and the defender just didn't turn his head, ran him over, and that's going to be a pass interference penalty, setting up the Dogs at the inside the 20 now.
Yep, they're in the red zone. It's 1st and 10. Thurston has Jones in motion, and Aiden McGowan bounces off of one this time. There's a flag in the backfield.
That's either going to be a hold or an illegal formation on Portland. That flag came out awfully quick.
Yeah, they had a false start, is what the call was. So it's going to be 1st and 15. The ball on the 25 if they take it.
Yeah, it was a legal procedure penalty. I think they either had two people in motion, or somebody didn't get set again. Or legal formation, something that they have to clean those types of things up again.
Jones now with the direct snap. He fumbles, but there's a flag, a motion flag. So, it's interesting because once he saw that flag come out, he kind of stopped, and that's always very worrisome to me.
Yeah, he heard the whistle. That was the snap wasn't right. I think everybody moved except the center, or it was just something was just off on the timing, so he wasn't ready for it. And Portland again they had first down and 10 in the red zone, and now they're back to the 30-yard line.
Yeah, this under a minute here to go. It is 1st and 20. Jones back to throw again. And, interesting, because that was to McGowan, and the defender did seem to get tangled up again.
Again, there's a good no call there. They were hand fighting all the way down the sideline. I don't think there was any pass interference. The problem was that ball came out of Jones's hands very, very wobbly. It just didn't look clean coming out of his hands, and that kind of threw the timing off. You could see McGowan trying to come back a little bit, but again, the defender is entitled to his space as well. So it was a good no call on the end zone.
And Tao was the one with the coverage. So here we go. They say 2nd and 20. Jones on the right side. Oh my goodness, he gets back the penalty yardage and about 3 more to boot. So he gets about a 13-yard gain there.
So that's what Portland kind of wanted, I think, to get down there. We saw Bouchard hitting cleanly from 30 yards in pregame warmups. Yes, he was going the other direction, but there is no real wind, and if anything, the wind would be at his back here. So I think Portland, the worst thing Portland can do right now is take a sack. You don't want that. You don't want to turn the ball over either, being in this kind of position. But if you could pick up maybe 3 or 4 more yards, this would put it right into Bouchard's range.
So here's McGowan in the middle, and he's going to pick up about 2.
And I think Portland is going to let the clock run all the way down to about 2 or 3 seconds, take the time out, and get the field goal unit out onto the field for the last play of the half. Smart play by Portland, not giving TA the ball again. They got the ball with like 3.5 minutes, and they were able to chew up everything.
So Bouchard's going to line it up to be about a 32-yard field goal with 2 seconds left. We'll have a Thornton Academy timeout. The score is 7-3. 2 seconds left in the half. So Justin Bouchard with the biggest kick of his young freshman career. Up and
just wide left.
Right or
wide
or
left. Yeah, he had the distance. But the problem was he was way over on the other hash and had to kind of kick it angled a little bit and just overcompensated a little bit for it.
Well, we had a chance to talk to Justin before the game, a freshman, Peter Gribben's grandson, and we're going to bring that to you now. We're here with Justin Bouchard, freshman. And Justin, you've had a tremendous year. You've hit 80% of your points after, and you've got a really strong boot, frankly. The misses that you've had, the 20%, almost all of them were related to a block or to some something with the snap or something like that. You've really got a great boot. How do you get yourself motivated to go out there and kick it?
It's just all mental, honestly. Just feel like I'm gonna make it every time. That's just how we do it. That's how I'm gonna make it, or that's how I'm gonna do good. I feel like that's just mostly what I do. Just feel like I'm gonna make it, and I will.
How does it feel to be a freshman on a team of lots of juniors and seniors who've been here before on a team that's 10-0? It must feel pretty exciting to have this level of participation in the games.
Feels good. I'm the only freshman playing varsity, so it feels really good to be the only one there and have a big impact on the team.
Finally, how does it feel to be playing for the gold ball? Actually, I'm going to have one more question after that.
Okay, it feels great. First year coming, and we're gonna win a gold ball. That's good. Yeah.
So my final question is: are you gonna win this for your grandfather, Peter Gribbon?
Yes, of course. Yeah. It was yeah.
Right. Go get him. All right. Nice year this year. Bye bye. So, folks, here we are at halftime. We're going to be joined by Mike Hoffer momentarily. So we're here at halftime with Mike Hoffer and Dave Levine. Dave, we were talking a little bit about both teams not really getting much offense going, but curiously, the Dogs all of a sudden have 182 yards, and Thornton has negative yardage for the half.
Yeah, it's strange. You keep seeing this offense from Portland not going anywhere, and then all of a sudden at the end you hit the big long pass. You had a nice comeback pattern to Jones on the outside, and a couple of good runs by McGowan, and all of a sudden this offense is starting to look like a Portland offense. Meanwhile, this TA offense is not looking like anything right now. They can't figure out this Portland defense for the life of them. You see guys like Tavares and Al-Khafaji and Rodriguez just making play after play after play, and these corners are glued to the wide receivers. There's nowhere to go for Benoit passing the game.
So, Mike, you've been on the sidelines braving this weather, raining at first, cold, chilly.
Football weather.
What's it like on the other side of the field since Portland is the away team today?
Well, I mean, you wouldn't know it. I mean, there's a lot of excitement over there. And, I mean, really, Portland's been their own worst enemy. 6 penalties for 35 yards, the fumble on the second play of the game, because otherwise I don't know if TA scores here in this first half. But if you're Portland, you got to really regret letting some golden opportunities slip away. Louis Thurston just missed a couple of big hitters down the field, and then Portland with chances to get points at the end of the half. 2 consecutive penalties back them up, and then the field goal goes wide left. So the Bulldogs probably would like to be up by more than 7-3, but with their defense, the way it's playing and the way Dave illustrated, you got to feel pretty good about having a lead.
Now, we had another chance to talk to Coach Green, and we're going to bring that to you right now. Coach, I have another question for you. I really want to talk with you about the way that you mix it up. Your plays are creative. You have that board, I guess, that people see what the plays are. But talk a little bit about the variety of plays that you institute, maybe even the trickery.
Well, I think, our phrase on offense is multiplicity through simplicity. So I think if you keep the core values of the offensive scheme simple, you can do a lot of different things as far as smoke and mirrors goes. And it allows you to add tags to plays. We call them tags, to make them a little bit more complex or have a little bit more window dressing and things like that. So, it comes from, years of coaching under great coaches and being around a lot of creative minds and things like that. It's not just me. I mean, we have a tremendous staff here, and we put our minds together and we try and look at the opponent and their defensive tendencies, and then we kind of get on the drawing board and see what we need to do from that multiplicity standpoint to make it a little bit more creative.
And the players seem to respond to that pretty well. They must like it. It must be fun.
Well, I think one of the biggest things these days in football is, these kids, they watch a lot of football. They see a lot of the highlight reels on YouTube and TikTok and all these other things. And when you're doing things on the football field on Friday nights or on Saturdays that you see on Saturdays and Sundays in college football and in the NFL, I think it's exciting. You watch a play and you're like, oh, that's ABC or whatever else. So I think that's definitely a big part for the kids.
Okay, best wishes to you, Coach. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
So as we talked to Coach Green a little bit about the trickery, and we saw that in Cordell Jones. We had talked to him earlier, and he was hoping that he'd get that chance.
He got that chance, and he stepped up huge, and Hunter Temple had a chance to throw maybe a touchdown pass as well, but there was pass interference there. So, Portland, the traditional ways of moving the ball, they really haven't been successful. TA's done a really good job bottling up Cordell Jones and the Wildcat, but sometimes you have to get a little outside the box and try to hit a big play another way. They've had one so far. I feel like if Portland can get in the end zone one more time, they'll probably be in good shape, but it's easier said than done.
Mike, we want to thank you so much for joining
Always
us
a pleasure.
on every broadcast that you could this year. You bring us great depth and knowledge, and you're really an encyclopedia of local sports. Thank you so much for joining us this year.
My pleasure. Let's hope the Bulldogs can close this out for you guys and end this 21-year drought.
Folks, Dave and I are going to bring you all of the second half action in a moment. So as the Dogs come out to go into their circle from halftime, their fans, which are on the other side of the field, stand to give them a warm welcome back. There's the student section as well. And of course, on our side is the Trojan fans. And of course, Thornton always travels well. Second half action in a moment. Here we go. Steve Schwartz, Dave Levine, Lawrence Wynn on camera for WPPS TV3. Interestingly, here's the kickoff by Lannon, and Kamari, who had run a touchdown back in the first game, is out of this game with an injury, and instead a monster tackle there as Cantra picked up the ball and brought it back about 15 yards or so. Or maybe about 11 yards. So it'll be 1st and 10 Golden Trojans on their own 32-yard line. Dave, we were talking at halftime and just wondering what's going to happen here because, you cannot keep a good team down. And as great as this Bulldog defense is, we've got to be looking for something perhaps from the air.
Benoit hasn't really thrown it all that much. They haven't been able to get anybody open on these corners for Portland. But again, you have very talented wide receivers like that.
Yeah, and he just dumps it off there to Parody.
But only a 2-yard gain. Yeah, it was Temple came in on that, and then Parody kind of beat him to the outside, and I was looking to see what was going to happen, but fortunately Hang was out there for the coverage and kept it to just a 2-yard completion.
So 2nd and 8, and the pass to once again to Cantra, and not quite a first down though, as he gets about a 6-yard completion there. Well, it's going to be 3rd and 2. Ball's on the 40-yard line. Waved off.
He didn't jump over the line. He kind of fell forward, but didn't come across into the neutral zone.
Yeah, but there's the first down and the nice effort by Henry Keniston.
Flag on the play. Came in a little late, but it was thrown up to the line of scrimmage, so that can only mean holding on TA. Unless they think someone came across the line early. Nope, it's going to be on TA. So Cantera had a nice catch to bring it down to 3rd and short, and just like Portland was when they had 2nd down and short right in the red zone, a penalty backs them up, and this is going to be the same thing on TA. I was talking to one of the TA coaches at halftime, and the first thing he said to me when he looked at me was a whole lot of penalties so far, and that's what's happened on both teams. I think both teams are playing tight. Again, with a good defenses like Yara, the offense is going to reach a little bit and grab a little bit to try to get any advantage that they can.
Well, look, Dave, we've seen very tightly called games throughout the season. Lots of penalties. And it's now 3rd and 12. Ball's on the 30. And they're going to get set.
Yeah, good teams can really make you kind of do things that are out of the norm, and that's so far what's happened on both of these.
Yeah, Benoit now has the open receiver close to the first down, but we'll see as Sunderland caught it.
Yeah, I think he's got the first down. Portland lost coverage there. It's going to be 4th and 1. Portland lost coverage on that little swing pass out there, and so far TA has been throwing this ball, and the players on the field are oh nope, they're going to now call it a first down. So they're going to. I think TA was looking for the team to go for it on 4th and 1, and they're going faster now. So they're changing the rhythm a little bit here, Steve.
1st and 10, ball on the 42. One in a weird motion. Yeah, that's a nice effort there by Sunderland. And, if he gets going, watch out. He's got over 1,000 yards this year. He's been their leading rusher, and we haven't heard much from him, not only in this game, but in most of the playoffs, although, as we've said, he's got so many touchdowns this year as well.
Yeah, Sunderland's a good runner. He's very powerful, low to the ground. He doesn't go down easily on first contact. So he runs very, very hard.
2nd and 5. Back to throw is Benoit. He's got one wide open. And a catch by, I believe it's going to be Sam Rondo. Let's see, or is it? No, it's, I guess it's Noah Fullerton.
Yeah, Miles Hang got beat on it, and safety help was late coming over. I think this rhythm right now, TA is going much, much faster than they did before. They're getting the plays in, and they're lining up, and they're going. And this is kind of screwing up Portland's defense a little bit, especially that, and they're going to the air. They're looking to throw right off the bat, and that's really getting into Portland. They were all set for the run.
That might have been Kiesel, by the way. And here's Benoit now looking for daylight on the right side. And coming in with that great tackle will be Miles Hang. So the Portland defense remains relentless, even if they get beat.
Yeah, they're not going to give up here. This is now a little tighter area, much more difficult to throw down in the area where everything's kind of compacted. The DBs don't have as much ground to have to cover.
It's a 1-yard gain, 2nd and 9. Ball on the 10. Low snap. Benoit looks to the left side, completes. McGowan's right there, though. That's going to be maybe a 1 or 2 yard gain on the part of Micah Geekus.
That ball was in the air an awfully long time because Geekus was kind of running around to the outside and had to throw it over his head while he was running away, and it just hung up there forever and allowed McGowan to catch up. Played trail coverage there and was able to keep it to a 1 yard gain or no yard.
Yeah, actually, no credit for no gain. So it'll be 3rd and 9. Ball's only on the 10 here, folks. This is 4th down territory for Thornton Academy. Here's Benoit waiting to throw, and that is tremendous play on the part of Benoit and whoever caught it down there. Looks like Kiesel.
Yeah, that was good pressure by Portland, and he wanted to go to the left side there, and fortunately for him, he was able, when he was chased, he went to look to the right a little bit, and wide open down at the 2 yard line was Kiesel.
So 4th and inches possibly to a touchdown here. There's going to be a measurement to see if it's a first down.
It's awfully close, but it's about as far away on the field as you can get from us.
Yeah, that's right. We're going to tee up the binoculars and see if we can get 78 out of the way. It's not going to make it quite. So this is a very, very big play, folks, because Thornton now can run the ball in with a scamper. Benoit has all the capability of doing that on his own. And if they don't make it, then the Dogs are likely pinned down to their goal line to begin their offensive stand. So,
yeah, Portland, I think, is going to throw everybody at this. You can see 3 in the backfield now. They're running a full backfield under center.
Benoit hands off, and it's a touchdown. That's Harry Bunce with the 1-yard touchdown.
Yeah, barely got there though. That defense did everything it possibly could to try to stop that, and they just couldn't quite make the play in time. And that's a good play by TA. It's really hard to stop guys like that, and especially Bounce, who's really a big fullback.
So Baez to kick. Up. And good. So 10-7 is the score. 7 minutes left here in the third quarter. So we're back after the touchdown run by Bunce. And Baez to kick off. Temple deep. Goes right up the middle. He'll pick it up at the 2, drops it, picks it up again, comes on out, looks for some room, and he gets it out to about the 8-yard line maybe.
Yeah, bad mistake there by Temple. He's usually so good back there. He should have just let that go right into the end zone and take the touchback and bring it out. He wasn't going to go anywhere from that deep. It's a good kick. He got the wind at Thornton Academy's back, so that ball travels a little bit more than you're expecting it to, and he's just not in a position there to return. He should have just let it go, get it into, let it, and just take the ball out after the touchback.
But now it's going to be 1st and 10 Dogs. Let's see. It looks to be...
They are calling it a touchback because he bobbled the ball and then picked it up in the end zone.
Oh, my goodness.
So it does get it. It is a touchback.
And
you can't, in high school, you can't return the ball out of the end zone.
The coach from Thornton was getting the explanation. I do not think he's happy about it.
No, I think he thought it went off his hands and went into the end zone, so it's not a touchback. But apparently in high school, you're not allowed to return the ball out of the end zone. If the ball goes into the end zone, it's just dead. Play is dead.
Probably a safety reason there. But in any event, it is now 1st and 10, ball on the 20. Thurston hands off to McGowan.
Couple positive yards from McGowan, picks up about 3.
It's 45 degrees and cloudy outside. Not a drop of rain in the sky. Cloudy, however. A gray day here. 10-7 is the score. 2nd and 6, ball on the 34. Dogs are trailing the Trojans. Back to throw is Thurston. Good coverage, and oh my goodness, did McGowan, oh, he was so close.
They're calling it a reception. Did he get his feet?
No,
they didn't. I don't think he got his feet down. I thought one of the referees came in like it was a reception, but the one on the sideline said incomplete.
Well, Tao was in on that coverage all game long. Shiloh Tao, the 6'3" senior, the defensive back, has had really great defensive stand, great coverage today.
Yeah,
3rd and 6.
He's very fluid in his back pedal.
Thurston looks to throw. He's going to get out of trouble here. And just throws it away.
Yeah, that was a busted play. They were looking for a wide receiver screen on that side. It didn't go anywhere. Defense was there. He held on to it, fortunately, long enough and was able to scramble. And then you get into that scramble drill. Held it as long as he possibly could, looking downfield to try to complete the ball, and then smartly just threw it out of bounds. And Portland will have to punt.
So Hang will do so. From around, he'll pick it up, take the snap around the 10, kick it. Oh, that looks like a partial block, folks.
That's twice he's popped it straight up in the air. I don't know if the rush got there, but Hang certainly was bothered by it.
Well, the Trojans are going to have very, very good field position now, folks.
Yeah, a couple mistakes by Portland down here, and they turned the ball over deep in their own end. This is not the way they wanted to start the half after a great first half where TA really didn't do anything, had negative yardage. All of a sudden, one quick drive down the field, and it's a touchdown, and now TA forces a quick 3-and-out for Portland, and now they're pinned deep in their own end already, and TA is looking for more.
1st and 10, ball on the 22. Benoit in the gun, and a little trickery on the reverse. However, lots of Portland players in on that, including Tavares.
Oh boy, Brody Viola played that perfectly. He saw the reverse the whole time, just stood his ground, danced around out there, and waited for the runner to commit to a direction, and just waited for the cavalry to show up, and it was forced what could have been a huge gain into just a 1-yard gain.
2nd and 9, ball on the 21.
Good block.
Yeah, that was a really good block, and taking advantage of that is Mauricio Sunderland.
Henry Mahoney just kicked out that corner there and opened up the C gap perfectly for the runner, and that's a big 9-yard gain for them, 8-yard gain.
Looks to be about 3rd and 1. Ball on the 12.
This is that same formation they use for the touchdown.
Change coming from the sideline, the audible. Yeah, that's a nice effort by Portland. May have held them.
That was the exact same formation. They get into that formation. They look to the sideline, and it's really an option for the quarterback who they're going to hand to. And what they decided, they look to the sideline. They identify who's going to get the ball, and it looks like they just got the first down out of it.
Well, a crucial first down. 1st and 10, ball on the 11 here. Thornton threatening, just where they want to be. They have a 10-7 lead. There are 4 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. Yeah, and that was great penetration by Braden Wales. Nothing doing on that snap to Sunderland.
We haven't really called his name all that much today, Steve, and he is that defensive, the middle player in the defense, that middle linebacker, loves to blitz, great sure tackler, good in coverage. He is the heart and soul of that defense, and really he hasn't been doing much today. I think TA is focusing on him, making sure that he can't get to the ball carrier, but he was able to get through that time.
That's a 2-yard loss. It'll be 2nd and 12. Ball on the about the 15. Oh my goodness! That very, very elusive Wyatt Benoit, a 13-yard touchdown scamper
Yeah, that's tough coverage right there. Rodriguez had him in the backfield, and it's one-on-one in the open field with Benoit, and that's not a challenge that you're usually going to win. Benoit is just way too good in the open field and made that look easy.
And here comes Baez to try to get the extra point. And he puts it through. It's 17-7. It's a 2-possession game for the Dogs. 3 minutes left here in the third quarter. We'll come back in a moment. So an unfortunate series of events here gives Thornton a 10-point lead. Picked up at about the 6-yard line by McGowan. He's going to try to find some daylight on the right side. And a nice return.
Yeah, those kickoffs, Steve, are dropping right around that 10-yard line, down maybe a little even closer to the end zone, and it puts Portland in a weird position. They don't want to return it from that deep, but they have to, and they haven't been able to get good starting field position. They're starting at their 20, 25-yard line, even deeper occasionally, so they have a long way to go in by Temple on Temple's pass down deep, and that one completion down early in the game, but that's about it.
Back to throw is Thurston, but just way deep.
Yeah,
and a little bit short as well. So
I think he was expecting McGowan to go outside on that, and he didn't. He went. He turned it upfield. So again, a misfire for Portland.
I just got a look at number 59, Agostino Ngombe, a junior, 6'2", 260 lineman. Boy, is he a big man. Oh, my goodness. That is a muffed punt. And really hit in the same spot on his foot as he has the last couple of punts.
Yeah, something's going on right now with Miles, and I think he's in his own head, and you can see the team is right there on him, trying to get him up and confident again. But that's 3 bad punts from him, from somebody who's been pretty consistent all year long, especially on defense. He's been a good punter for them all year, but he is in his own head right now, and that's going to be a problem, because this is again setting up TA on a short field.
It's 1st and 10. The ball's in the 32. You cannot give Thornton Academy these kinds of chances. And here comes Benoit. Oh, they're going to be a pass interference down on the goal line.
Wow, that they were both of them were hand fighting the whole way down, and I think it was Hang that was there and went for the ball at the end. So the defense has just as much right to the ball as Thornton does.
Yeah, so they're going to either conference it here or they're going to wave it off.
Both players were hand fighting all downfield.
Well, they are calling pass interference.
So it's 15 yards from the line of scrimmage. It's not a spot foul.
Is it ever, Dave? It is sometimes,
it's
right?
a spot foul if it's before 15.
So it's 1st and 10.
Yeah, it prevents just throwing it up downfield and getting a big play just based on a penalty. But still, 15 yards and a first down puts Thornton in good position.
Yeah, the ball's on the 22. Oh,
ball's out.
Rodriguez forced that fumble. and recovered by Isaac Alkafaji. It is Portland ball.
Portland got exactly what they wanted. Alkafaji comes up with the bouncing ball and starts to rumble, and we almost had a big man touchdown there, Steve. But Rodriguez put the hit on the quarterback on the keeper play. Benoit coughed the ball up. Portland gets the ball and some momentum now, so that Miles Hang muffed punt is non-existent. Portland has the ball.
And here's McGowan now looking for daylight on the left side. He's taken down. Tremendous defense, really, by the Trojans here and the Dogs for the most part today. But he's going to get maybe a solid 3 or 4 out of that.
They're going to give him 5 or 6 there, Steve. He was able to kind of bounce forward a little bit and dive at the end for a couple extra yards.
You're absolutely correct, as it is 6-yard gain. And there's Jones very close to a first down, and it looks like it's going to be a first down. The chains will move.
Yeah, on that last play by McGowan, he saw there was a huge hole up the middle, and that was the first time I've seen a hole like that all game for Portland. He decided to bounce it outside anyway and picked up 5, which gives them a solid position, and then Jones was able to pick up another 5, and Portland gets their first down of the half here.
Ball's on the 42. 45 seconds left here in the third quarter. Thurston back to throw. This time he's got Temple. Temple picks it up. He's got some room on the right side. And here he goes. He's got a couple to beat. He's a very, very fast runner, folks. It's a 42-yard touchdown or more. Oh, we have a flag.
So there's a flag on the field kind of where he caught the ball. Face mask on Thornton. They're going to decline that. That's a touchdown for Portland. And that's the same thing he did last game, Steve. Picked up a catch on the sideline, made one man miss, and then just made everybody on the defense look silly. He is so fast, so slippery, so good in the open field.
Now, a very important, let's see, it's 17-13. So here comes Bouchard.
So that's that short pass, Steve. They went to a short game, a little comeback route. Temple catches it, makes one man miss, and then just goes the distance.
It's up, and it is through. It brings the Dogs to within 3 with a half a minute left in the third quarter. Here we go, folks.
Parody and Pantera.
Picked up at the 9-yard line. And a nice run back by Jackson Parody.
Escorted out of bounds by 3 Dogs over there. But again, Portland going into the wind in this drive. And with 22 seconds left, they're going to get the wind at their back for the remainder of this game. And that could have been another reason Thornton came out throwing a little bit. They knew they were going to have the wind to play with in this quarter.
Well, here's the ball on the 28-yard line, and about a 2-yard gain by Sunderland.
And that's going to be the end of the third quarter. We're going to the fourth quarter in a very close game.
So it's 2nd and 8. Now, still on his feet. I'm not sure who had that carry. It was Benoit.
Benoit was on a keeper. We had Portland had him stuck in the backfield. Just couldn't quite make the tackle, And Benoit was able to break it, and instead of being a 3-yard gain there, brought it to a first down.
But a 10-yard gain. It'll be first and 10. Maybe 8-yard gain. And first and 10, the ball is on the 38-yard line. So we've just started the fourth quarter. What could be our last quarter of the year. Steve Schwartz and Dave Levine for WPPS TV3. Bringing you Portland Bulldogs football all season long. 17-14 is the score. Plenty of time left here. We're at the beginning of the fourth quarter. We have an offsides by Braden Wales.
It was they went to a hard count again. That's twice they've caught Portland on that hard count.
Lots of penalties, folks. Lots of penalties. It makes it first and 5. The ball now on the 43-yard line. There it goes. The snap, a swarming defense as Sunderland is stopped. The boat looks to be about a, well,
give him a 2-yard gain on that. Again, running into Anthony Tavares right at the point of attack. That is not a good strategy if you're trying to run the ball.
2nd and 3, however. Ball on the 45. Thornton with a 3-point lead. What a great game this has been, folks.
Yeah, both these teams are very evenly matched. They're both letting it all hang out on the field. Oh, good play by Rodriguez there.
Benoit on the keeper, and he's short.
He had Sunderland on the outside, and I'm not sure why he decided to keep that. You only had one player out there. Rodriguez was clearly holding the point with the quarterback there with the ball. But I think if you pitch that out, you have a shot.
Well, it's 3rd and 2.
And here's that 3-person backfield. They check the sideline, get to play call, and there's the handoff. And he's probably going to get that first down, just sneaking underneath.
Yeah.
And that's Bunce again. They love giving it to him in the mid, and he gets the ball. The outer two guys in that formation are going to be blockers for him.
1st and 10, ball on the 49-yard line. 10:15 left in regulation of this game. Thornton Academy is up 17-14. This is state Class A championship football on WPPS. Benoit held back for a loss. Wales in on that. Alkafaji in on that. And I thought I saw, and 52, of course. Well, that is Alkafaji.
Yeah, so no gain on that play. Portland really had good defense on the last drive, except for that offsides that set it up 1st and 5. So TA really did everything possible to just get those 5 yards and 3 downs. So Portland is playing great defense again. They have to limit the mistakes.
Yeah, that was Cordell Jones, by the way, also on that tackle. And this is Braden Wales really just making up for his offsides by coming in on the last 2 or 3 plays.
Flag on the far side of the field. Oh, illegal formation or legal procedure. I'm not sure if 2 people were moving or not, but instead of a couple-yard gain there, you're going to back. TA gets hit with 5 yards.
2nd and 15 for Thornton. The ball now on the 44-yard line.
This is a big play for the Portland defense. If they can contain this to little or no gain, forcing 3rd and long, they'll be set up. They'll be set up very well. There's a pass.
Yeah, watch out, folks. And it is caught, and a little trickery of their own as Jones finally gets the player down. Fullerton, but there's a flag in the backfield.
That's coming back. Portland is looking at they're looking at a holding play. That's again the referees are calling this game very, very tightly, and they're not letting anything happen on that outside. Portland ran the same exact play with Hunter Temple, taking the little pitch, went deep. There was clear pass interference when he was looking for Brody Viola deep on that one. But again, anything running outside, these referees are very, very cautious of these ends or the tackles on the offensive line, and we've seen it over and over. It's been a couple on Portland and now another one on TA, and that's a big play wiped off the board. Setting up 2nd and 25.
With the ball on the 34-yard line, so they're pinned back.
Good pressure.
Oh, my goodness. Watch out, folks.
They had him on the sideline, and that's a touchdown. They had him on the sideline. They could have pushed him out of bounds, but they didn't. They didn't take the right angle, and we've said it all game long. He's just a big play waiting to happen, and Portland got caught. They on 2nd and long. All they had to do was push him out of bounds, and they didn't make that play.
That's a 66-yard touchdown run for Benoit. He had 2 big runs against Bonnie Eagle of 61 and 63 yards.
Yeah, that's the one thing Portland has been doing a great job on all night long, containing him. And then they just took a bad angle, couldn't get the push out of bounds, and just let him kind of rumble.
Well, a good effort there to try on the block, but it didn't happen for Hang. So it's 24-14. There's a 10-point Thornton lead with 8:22 left in regulation of this contest.
Shorter kick this time, taken at the 15. That's McGowan, can't go anywhere.
So the Dogs are going to have a long way to march upfield here.
Yeah, that was just, their defense was great all game on Benoit. They had him contained. And in second, when you're looking at 2nd and 25, it's okay to give up a 10-yard run because you're still in 3rd and long. So instead of just taking a smart angle and knocking him out of bounds a couple more yards downfield, you go for the tackle, he breaks that, and he's off to the races.
1st and 10, ball's on the 24-yard line. Thurston hands off to Jones. Jones looks for a hole, and he's going to get about a 4-yard gain there.
Yeah, you thought when he cut upfield he might have had something there. But again, this TA defense just swarms the ball at the very end, and they're very good, sure tacklers. They haven't missed many tonight. And what looked like a very promising run only gets 4 for Jones.
2nd, and I guess they're going to call it 2nd and 5, ball on the 29-yard line. Pitch to McGowan on the right side, and just a swarming Thornton Academy defense. This is absolutely the best defense we have seen all season long in 9 games that they played, and of course they had the 2-0 forfeit that the Dogs won as well, that game against Falmouth when Falmouth had a ton of players out with injuries. So just a really, really great defense here. It's 24-14, 3rd and 3.
Like to see a run here, get it at least 4th and short.
Yeah, McGowan is looking, but that's...
Yeah, he had nowhere to go. The penetration just shot up there, and he just had nowhere to run. Loss of a couple, and instead of what could have been 4th and short, now is 4th and long. And I'm not sure Portland is in a position really to do anything but go for it, but they're not really built for this. Wait, now they got it right. So that was a loss of a couple. So now you're talking 4th and 6. This is the ball game for the Dogs right here.
Thurston back to throw. He hits the ground, and it's going to be Thornton's ball on their own on Portland's 31-yard line.
They had that comeback route again. It was wide open, and it just slipped out of his hands. Ended up a couple yards short of where he needed to be. They had the right play on. He was open, but it just slipped out of Thurston's hands. And it's unfortunate on a cold, wet day. That's what you get. And Portland's defense is going to have to rise up right now and make a play. They haven't been able to score all game. They've only put up 14 points right now, and they've only got 6.5 minutes to do something with it.
Yeah, and
there's really no gain on the play. Another flag on the far side of the field.
Well, that'll stop the clock with 6:10 left.
So he picks up a couple. Illegal formation, illegal procedure again on Thornton.
Looks like a false start.
Yeah, we saw this. We saw this a bunch in the Noble game too, Steve, where both teams were getting kind of penalized on those formation penalties or procedure penalties before the snap. And, it just kind of ruins the flow of the game a little bit.
Well, there's 6 minutes left. The clock is ticking. It's a 1st and 15. The ball's on the 33. Portland is going to have to make a big defensive play.
Oof.
Getting back close to the penalty yardage, about a 4-yard pickup there for Thornton.
Yeah, Sunderland just took the ball up the middle, got 4 yards back, but keeps the clock rolling for Thornton. They're content with chewing some time off the clock. With the way their defense has been playing, they're very comfortable with the ball down here. They're going to take as much time as possible, use it all up. And even if they don't get a first down, they're in position now to force the Dogs to go a long, long way in a very short amount of time.
Yeah, as Benoit with the ball, he's running around, and he is so elusive, my goodness. Until finally he runs into Brody Viola.
Yeah, there were a bunch of broken tackles on that. He was amazing back there. He should have been tackled 4 or 5 different times, and finally Viola made the play. I thought for a second he was going to be able to scramble out again and go for a long way, but he ends up losing about a yard on that entire thing,
but eating up about 28 seconds.
He ran forever back there.
Folks, as a timeout, 4:43 left in regulation of this game. The score, 24-14, Thornton Academy in front. So after the timeout, it'll be 3rd and 12. Here's Sunderland up the middle, tripped up by Braden Wales.
Gain of a couple. Portland will take their second timeout now. to try to get the ball back. This is going to be fourth down territory. I would think TA is not going to do anything strange. They're just going to try to run this ball, get a first down here, chew up some clock, and force Portland to go the distance here. They've got 4.5 minutes about left in this game if Portland gets to stop to come up with 2 big drives. They're going to need 2 scores here, Steve, for a team that really has been struggling to move the ball all game.
That's right, Dave. And, you know, if they do, they are fortunate enough to score within the last 4.5 minutes. There'll be an onside kick, no doubt.
We've seen them try it earlier in the year. They successfully did recover 1. But here we go. This is the play of the game here for the Dogs.
With 1 in motion. It looks like
Portland,
offsides.
they did it again. Another hard count. Portland is way too amped up and gives up a free 5 yards, and that is backbreaking. 4th and 10 is a much different play call than 4th and 5.
3-yard line. 4th and 5.
To mention Thornton on the march, as they've got the ball on the 23-yard line of the Dogs here, and it is 4th and 5.
Now another offsides penalty, your first down, and that's ball game.
Right, Sunderland's up the middle. He's going to get stopped short of the first down, so the Dogs will take over on about the 21-yard line. But they've got an awful long way to go, Dave, with 4.5 minutes left.
Yeah, this offense really isn't built for this kind of drive. They're not a high-flying offense. They want to control the ball, control the clock, plod their way down the field, and then if they get a big hitter, they'll take it. But they're not really designed for this. I'm looking right now for some quick passes maybe, get Hunter Temple involved in the outside, maybe that seam pass to Viola. And here he goes.
Up the middle to Jones.
Good catch. First down. The clock stops while they move the chains. They're going to get set real quick. They're going to go fast.
Yeah. 4:26 left here now.
First down. Ryan Tamiri on the stop.
Here's Thurston looking for some daylight. He goes downfield, and Jones is interfered with.
Yeah, Jones was trying to go back for the ball. The ball was overthrown, and he was trying to back up, and the defensive back right there was kind of preventing him from moving forward to try to chase that ball. Clearly not playing the ball and playing the receiver there. So that's going to be a 15-yard penalty for TA. They're going to march that off from the 32, so that'll bring them up close to midfield. Stop the clock. And Portland has got some chances here. Now they can set up again. They can set up their offense.
The ball is close to midfield. It's 1st and 10. Ball's on the 47-yard line of the Dogs.
Switching people around, moving left to right.
Well, we're going to have a motion penalty against the Dogs.
Yeah, they don't like that Aiden McGowan went in front of the quarterback to shift from the right side to the left side. He needs to go either directly straight across parallel to the line of scrimmage or not make that move forward.
First and 15, ball on the 42. Play action. Oh my gosh, interception.
Yeah. Louis Thurston was hit on the throw, just couldn't get the ball out the way he wanted to. The receiver was there, but it was just underthrown by a half a beat because he was hit on the throw, and TA just won the state game.
That looked like that was Kiesel on the interception.
Yeah. It was a good comeback route. It was a perfectly thrown ball if he had the time. He just couldn't get enough on it on the hit when he was thrown, and Portland offense just went right to him and gave him a big hug and knew that that's gonna do it. Unfortunately, with 4 minutes to go, ball at midfield. Portland, I think, only has one more timeout, so they're not going to be able to do much on the clock. TA is just going to run this ball.
Yeah, and Sunderland gets a solid 5 there.
They're going to take the last timeout. 4 minutes exactly on the clock, and what was a great season for Portland is unfortunately going to fall a little bit short. A couple of mistakes that they couldn't afford to make against a very good TA team. Couldn't capitalize on a couple plays that they wanted to capitalize on, and this team is just played so great throughout the year. They played great in this game. Their defense was very, very good, but a couple of short fields gives TA they're just too good.
It's really what it boils down to. It's a 2nd and 5. The ball's on the 43. High snap. I think that's Sunderland. We'll see. He gets a maybe 1. It is.
Yeah, cut it about halfway there. So now you're looking at 3rd and 3 or 2.5. Portland can't do anything to stop the clock. It's ticking, and and TA is going to line up in this power formation, 3 in the backfield. They're going to look to the sideline, get the play call.
That's amazing.
They've been doing it all game long.
And doing it well.
And doing it very, very well. This has been a very effective formation for them. And they are just going to watch the back judge and not snap it until that hand goes up. And there it is. There's the snap. Hand off to the outside. And he's going to, oh boy, that's right at the line of scrimmage. Maybe half a yard short. They're going to stop the clock and measure it.
I think that was kind of, so they're going to give him the first down.
Yep. That was awfully close. Portland had to defend 2 yards there and just couldn't quite get it. Again, when Thornton needs 2, they get 2.5. When they need 1, they get 1.5. They've been doing it all game out of that formation, and really Portland's defense is playing valiantly. But again, this team is just too much. 2.5 to go. They're going to just keep running this dive formation. 3 in the backfield again, under center to prevent a bobbled snap.
Well, let's see. It looks like there was a fumble. But it's,
he put it on the ground. Portland's still reaching for it, still grabbing at it. Loss of a half a yard on the play.
2nd and 10, ball on the 37. Clock ticks down. We're under 2 minutes now, folks. Again, Sunderland, so tough to bring down. He is brought down, but again, after gaining about 5 yards.
Yeah, they're just going to keep giving him the ball every time. Just chew up as much clock as they can. It's 3rd down now. They can virtually run this game out.
3rd and 5.
I think Benoit's going to keep this ball and just run around with it. Nope. Going to hand off.
And gets close to the first down, but he's shy by about a yard. Of course.
Yeah, with 40 seconds to go, that's going to do it. So a great season for Portland comes to the end at the end of a very hard-fought game. And that's going to, they don't have to make another, they don't have to run another play. They're just going to run this out. And that's too bad for this great Portland team. They were hoping for so much more. They were played a great game. A couple mistakes did them in against a team that you can't make any mistakes on with, Steve.
Well, Dave, that's it for the third time in 8 years. The Thornton Academy Golden Trojans defeat the Portland Bulldogs in the state Class A final. And Thornton has now won, I believe, 4 out of the last 6 state finals. So Thornton will be victorious, and Dave and I will be back to wrap up in just a moment. So, Dave, a 24-14, very disappointing loss after a wonderful season this year. The Dogs really, nevertheless, have much to be proud of for this season.
They really do. They played with all kinds of heart this season. Their defense was probably the best in the state. They just didn't have enough offense firepower this game. Missing Regan Buck that they had in the first time that they played TA. I'm sure that was a factor, too. Wet, slippery conditions. They just didn't have it today. That's all. They got beaten by a better team.
That's right. And Thornton Academy had Wyatt Benoit, and as he's done throughout the playoffs, he had a 66-yard touchdown run. So, I mean, he's just, he's a very good player, and altogether a really, really good team. Sunderland just kept pounding it. 5 yards, 5 yards, 5 yards at the end, and there was very little that the Dogs could do.
Yeah, they were trying to strip the ball. They were trying to reach for it. They did get it out once, but Thornton Academy recovered it. But they just didn't have an answer for this Thornton Academy defense that just bottled everything up. Jones couldn't get going on the ground. McGowan couldn't get going on the ground. You saw that one play by Temple in the second half where he made a couple people miss and ran for the touchdown. But that's what this whole offense was, basically a big play. That's all they could rely on, and they couldn't just march down the field like they have been all year.
Folks, two very, very well-coached teams. Thornton Academy comes up victorious today in the state Class A final. This is Steve Schwartz for Dave Levine, Mike Hoffer, and Lawrence Wynn on camera, saying so long from Fitzpatrick Stadium, where today Thornton Academy is victorious. Good day.